So no, we are recording. We're not even going to go 3, 2, 1. We're going.
Oh, right.
The goal today is to make rock paper scissors. So I've clearly titled it RPS on the bottom because untitled is a really bad name. Now behind my head on the video is a purple download button and an advanced nothing, right? So I'm going to put my face back there. Great. So we're making rock paper scissors, and the goal here. Actually, let's add a comment. Okay, sweet. Some goals, right? We need to play rock, paper, scissors. Scissors is a hard word to spell. We're going to play this over the radio with another microbit. And we want the microbit should pick its own weapon of choice, I guess. Oh, choice. Yeah, perfect. And then we should have a win, lose, or tie screen message. All right, so now we've got some comments here. This is kind of what we want to do. We're going to put that over there. Big old comment. So on the start, I like to let people know what we're doing when we turn the thing on. So let's go ahead and make a little message here, RPS FTW for the win, which is better than WTF win the 4. Anyway, moving on. And then we've got, so we're going to start it, and when it turns on, we'll know, okay, we're playing the rock, paper, scissors game. And we will need to know, right here, Microbit should pick its own weapon. That's a variable. And now I've already made my choice variable, but you could totally make a variable here, and you just make a variable, give it a cool name. I've called it my choice because I'm right away, before I do anything else, I'm just going to make a choice. Now, rock, paper, scissors basically has 3 options, either rock, paper, or scissors. But I'll be honest, that's really complicated. And I like 0, 1, and 2 because rock, paper, scissors, 0, 1, 2, that'll totally work. So I'm just going to pick a random number, between 0 and, oh, out of my way, please, and 2. That'll be just fine. And there I am in my start mode. I'm happy with that. So now I've picked a random one, and then I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to basically play it over the radio with another player, right? So here, I need to have like a logic, and I need to have an if or an else. I think it's the if one. And if I make this, it would be an else, and if I make this, it'll be else if. Perfect. And what I can do is I can make, if this is choice 0 and choice 1 and choice 2, right? And because there's only 3 options, it'll be 0 and 1, and then 2 will be the third option. Well, you know what though? Just to make it very clear, I will have an error show up here, okay, if it ever happens anywhere else. So logic is, here's my comparisons. We're gonna go grab that. We're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna put it in here, duplicate it, and put it in there. And then my choice is a variable. So I'm going to grab my choice, duplicate it, my choice, duplicate it. Okay. And then it's 0, 1, and 2. And then in my else, that's an error message, right? So if choice is 0, then what I want to do is I want to go radio. Oh, you know what I could do before I make these choices? Actually, I could come in and I just set my radio group. Okay, and I like group 228 today because it was a good random number that I just picked. And you're gonna want to make sure that when you are coding this, oh, we need to pick a real group number. You know what? 228. That's it. Pick radio group 228. That way we are all communicating on the same radio group. All right. And inside of radio, we are going to send a value. Send a value. Send a string. We're going to send a string. This one's going to be rock. Bam. We're going to duplicate that. This one's going to be paper. And I'm going to have to Google how to spell scissors. Okay. And the next one, duplicate this. Radio send. This is going to be S-C-I-S-S-O-R-S, scissors. And then in the else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show an icon here. And again, it should never happen. I should never see this. So if I see this, something somewhere went wrong, very, very wrong. Where's the very, very wrong? It's the ghosty sadness. So it's the sad face. No, that's an angry robot. This sad face, there we go. So, okay, so let me zoom out just a little bit and a little bit more. So this is on my on start. It is doing this right away. Right away it's doing this, okay? Perfect. And then it's going to send it. Now, what I need, right, is because it's sending this information, I need to kind of be able to receive that information as well. So in my radio, I need to on received string, right? Bam. And then I need a bunch of ifs. I can just duplicate this probably. Boom. So if receive string, wait, hold on. This is going to be strings. Oh, you know what? This was bad. This was a bad idea. Just get rid of it. Make a little logic. If, here we go. There we go. If, that's great so far. And then I need some logic here. I need quotes. Received string is rock. Okay, so far so good. Then I do the rock thing. And else, if the received, let's copy this and put it in here, is paper. And now technically it should be, you know, a scissors because it can't be anything else. But we're going to have that else, that last else to make a little sad face. Duplicate that. That's our little sad face error message. Here's our little sad face error message. Okay, so we get rock, paper, or paper. No, that's wrong. S-C-I-S-S-O-R-S. There's scissors. And now we're checking to see if it, now here's the fun part, okay? So far, so good. We've got our choice has been made, rock, paper, scissors, right? We've sent it to the other person, and their choice has been made, I'm assuming, and they're sending us a rock, paper, scissors. However, we now need to compare. If they send us rock, right? This is fun. If they send us rock, our rock is basically 0, right? So if our choice is 0, then we tie. If our choice is 1, if they sent rock and we sent paper, we win. If they send rock and we send scissors, they win, right?
Paper beats rock and scissors beat paper.
Yeah, if they send rock and we send paper, we win.
No, they win.
No.
Paper beats rock. If they send rock and we send paper, we win.
Like I said,
Okay, that's recorded forever on this video now.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Now, I'm glad that we know how to play rock, paper, scissors. But we need to have 3 checks inside of this one check, right? And we need to have 3 checks inside of that check and 3 checks inside of this check. Okay? So we're going to grab another logic. And here we go. Boom. There's my 2 and there's my 3. If, what do you mean, oh my gosh?
There's so much coding.
Oh, well, and the fun part is, in the video, I'm only going to fix it for rock. I'm not going to do the rest of the code for paper and scissors because the rest of the code for paper and scissors looks just like the code for rock, except it's a slightly different thing, right? So again, I'm going to grab this, my choice here, duplicate that, and put it up into here. Boom. So if they send rock and we send rock, then we're going to display tie, right? So we're going to show the screen string tie.
Are you putting this on canvas or do I gotta go to your channel?
Oh no, I'll put a link to this video on the, I mean honestly, if you're watching this video, you already got a link to it, but for you in the class, there'll be a link in Canvas to the YouTube video. Yeah. We're gonna copy this. And again, this is gonna be a 1. And this is the situation where they send rock, we send paper, we win, right? And then the last option is they send rock and we send scissors, right? So we lose. Okay? Now, when you copy this, copy it, boom, and you duplicate it down into this one right down here, you will need to change, right, the tie and the paper. So that's paper. Paper for us is 1, right? So On rock, which is our 0, they send paper, we send rock. We actually lose here, so we would go lose. And then on a 1 and a 1, we would tie. I told you I wasn't going to do the code. I lied, apparently. I'm going to do the code right there, just like that. And then we're going to duplicate it again one more time. Oh, my gosh. And then, again, this is their scissors, and this is our rock. So if they send scissors and we send rock, we win. And if they send scissors and we send paper, we lose. And if they send scissors and we send scissors, we tie. All right, so let's zoom out of that so we can see how beautiful that code here is. That is a beautiful list of iffy statements. Very iffy. Very, very iffy. And now the fun part here is that we just need to make sure, right, that that this happens in the appropriate time. Because right now what's happening is this is happening as soon as it starts, it's sending it, right? And if the other one isn't on already, right? So if the other one's not on already, we don't get to send it. So what we need to do is we need to have a way to send the message, right? So we need to have a backup, because on start this is great, but really this if statement right here, this needs to be in a sending thing. So let's go into input and do an on button press and then put that in the A. Bam. All right. So now we start it, we make our choice. We don't send the message. We don't send the message until we hit the A, and then we wait until we get the receive string. And so now this will work, and it will just send it, right? And then to reset our thing, yeah, we'll just have to turn it off and on, which won't be that big of a deal. But also, there's not a lot of information here. Like right now, like I don't know what it's sending. I don't know when it got received. I mean, I know it'll be received once it shows tie or win or lose, but I don't know what the actual thing it sent was, right? So I'll leave that as a exercise for the viewer. Go ahead and make this better, but this is your assignment. I did it in like, I don't know, however long this video is. You can do it in like 1 week. Should probably take less than a week. You got any questions?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
How did you do that in that short of time?
Mostly, I did this in this short of time because I kind of already knew what I was doing. Also, like, this is not good code. This is a very naive approach to this code. You can get a lot more clever with this. You can do this in a lot less lines of code. Yeah. This kind of thing gets really, really complex as soon as you want to play rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, right? Once you want to do rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, then you have to really rethink, because like doing 3 and 3 sets of 3, 9 lines, like that's not that big of a deal, right? But once you get into 5, then you get like 5 sets of 5, and that's a lot. That gets real, like, it gets big. It gets big quick. It gets annoying, especially because at that point, why not just like extend it even further, instead of doing just 5, doing 10 options, you know? Also, with rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, you're still going to tie only when you tie, and you're going to win on 2 conditions and lose on 2 conditions. It gets much more complicated. And so, you know, feel free to make this better. We're not doing that right now, though. I'm going to stop this recording.
Are you still recording?